Lo-fi versus coast-fi. Early retirement. Does that sound crazy to you? But what if I told you it was possible? Because it is. You can retire early too. And I'll be telling you some ways how you can get there. Through FIRE, you can retire early. What's FIRE? FIRE means financial independence and retiring early. Be part of the FIRE movement and start your journey to financial independence to retire early. Although in today's video, I'll be talking about two particular types of FIRE, slow FIRE and coast FIRE. What's the difference? Want to know more? Keep watching. Welcome to Savvy, where we have lots of practical wisdom to share. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more advice here on Savvy. Today, I'll share with you slow FIRE and coast FIRE. There are different types of FIRE, and we'll be focusing on slow and coast. We also have a video on two other types, fat FIRE and lean FIRE, so check that out too. So anyway, back to slow and coast. They are similar, but I'll tell you their differences. Let's go ahead and start. First, slow FIRE. Slow FIRE, from the name, we can infer that it's all about not being rushed. If it's important that you enjoy the process of the journey to FIRE, then this is for you. Pursuing slow FIRE means you are not rushing to get to the destination. Although this still means balancing being financially responsible and happy. So what does this mean for you in terms of saving and investing when you pursue slow FIRE? First is automating your way to your future, like maxing out your 401k account each year, for example. There's less saving and investing involved in slow FIRE because, as I previously mentioned, you are not in a rush to get to early retirement. Many people have this misconception that only one kind of FIRE involves saving and investing aggressively. But with slow FIRE, it's slow and steady. Those who coined the term slow FIRE have said that slow FIRE is all about being present in the journey. It's about discovering your values as you go along the path. The goal is still financial independence, but you aren't setting a particular period or date to target when you should achieve it. Even if you're going slow and steady, you can still choose to travel for a vacation or two. You could still do a side hustle or take a second job. It sounds a bit like lean FIRE, where you essentially live off $40,000 or less yearly. With slow FIRE though, it would take longer to achieve it than with lean FIRE. The pro you have with slow FIRE is that you are able to enjoy the journey much more, because you are just riding the wave and aren't rushing into anything. How do you feel about your financial journey? Share some advice in the comments below for the other viewers who are starting their journey. Second, coast FIRE. It's all about going slow and steady, like coasting. It's not about reaching financial independence or retiring early as soon as possible. So as I said earlier, these two types have lots in common. The significant difference is that in coast FIRE, you're going to save aggressively for the first couple of years, as aggressively as you can, then take your foot off the gas. So the investments you've made early on will grow, and this is good for you because of compound interest. Coast FIRE is all about saving up enough as early and aggressively so that you can stop saving while your investments continue to make you more money as your money grows through compound interest. Another difference is that you have a target number set at a certain age or period of time. Once you have reached this target, that's when you let the compounding coast you FIRE. See what I did there with that little pun? Once you have reached financial independence, that's when you can quit your job. That's if you want to. You could get a part-time job instead if you still want to keep busy. Another good thing to add to your options is getting passive income streams to live off while your portfolio grows. When you initially start saving early and aggressively, sooner than you think, you can say bye to the full-time job to doing overtime to the 9 to 5. As I mentioned earlier, you max out your 401k or your Roth IRA with Slow Fire. On the other hand, with Coast Fire, you save many more years because you get a jump start on investments. This way, you are able to take full advantage of compound interest. It's easier to achieve Coast Fire when you start as early as possible. When can you begin to coast? Typically, it's recommended to start coasting 5 years before reaching your financial independence number. Your FI number is 25 times your expenses, but you could also start coasting 10 to 15 years earlier than 5 years. It's going to be different for everyone. There are tons of online calculators that you can use to compute your financial independence number. As for your Coast Fire number, I'll give an example. It's just like a retirement calculator. The difference is that with this, you can calculate when you can start coasting. So let's say you are starting at the age of 30. You want to begin coasting at 45, and you're expecting to spend around $50,000 annually and have $50,000 saved. You are currently saving about $2,500 a month. It's a lot, but it isn't enough to start coasting at 45. It's best you toy around with the numbers and not forget to consider inflation too, so you can get your coast number. The point of Coast Fire is to slow down and enjoy the process. As with traditional fire, where you're constantly sprinting to get to the end of the finish line. Once you get to the finish line, if you want to keep busy, get a part-time job or focus on your hobby. Getting a part-time job is good for the benefits too. You see, early retirement is possible. Early retirement gives you more freedom and more flexibility. With early retirement, you have more time to do the things you love and say bye to your financial worries. Just remember, reaching financial independence isn't a race. Reaching your goals is just as important as enjoying your journey. Taking a slower approach could help you out on this. Aside from that, you can also take a hybrid approach. There is no right way to go about it. As long as it works for you, that's what matters. If you want to know the other types of fire, check out our other videos on it too. This will help you figure out what type of fire is the best for you to pursue. That's enough practical wisdom for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below. We will be posting 4 to 5 videos per week. So click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of our new videos weekly. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.